Oh, I think we are live. Hello, everyone. I've never done a YouTube live, so please tell me in the chat. Oh, I have this open somewhere else. Please tell me in the chat if you are seeing this. It seems like it's working. Yay! It's working. Okay, amazing. Let me just get a little. I don't know why I'm so why my screen looks so sideways. Um, Thank you for dealing with me. Hi, guys. I saw a bunch of you in the chat. Did everyone enjoy the live interview? I hope. I know it took a really long time to get out in general, but and then took even longer to get out to global fans. But I'm really happy that we could get it out because these are the kind of conversations that I love to have. And it was a show idea, larger idea I was working on, and things happened, but at that company rather. But um, I was so thankful that SB19 took the time to, sit with me and have this and agree to the, that kind of interview without even really understanding the show concept or what kind of artists had been part of it in the past. So I'm really, really thankful that they took part in that. So give me one second. This sideways thing is really kind of fun. I think I know. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. All right, but I thought it would be so fun just to hang out on this a little bit longer and just talk about, well, basically, I know that wasn't the most relevant, interview based on just all the activities they've had, but I thought it would be really fun to not only catch up about the interview, but also just talk about their latest projects, talk about everything SB19 that's been happening, and also just, reconnect for a bit because there's always exciting things going on in SB19 land. Um, I'm so dying to see this new documentary that they just put out. I heard, through the grapevine that they're looking about a more international release or trying to find like a partner for a larger, more global release. So fingers crossed that happens. But I really want to see it. Um, but yeah, I just thought it would be fun to just catch up and you guys. 18 are an amazing fan base. You guys won, of course, Billboard's Fan Army Face Off, and so I just know you guys are always, down to hang out and have fun. But I'm looking through the chat. Let me check out this. Oh yeah, putting on Netflix. That would be really, really smart, actually. Now I need to catch up because I've just been blabbing a bit. But um, you guys hear the music? Is it too loud? Too little? Um, yeah. Okay, wait. So now I'm coming. Okay. Oh, so I saw someone ask a good question. Do you think I can be invited to Coachella? I mean, I think on merits alone, like, yeah, why not have SB19 at Coachella? I think it would be an amazing thing. I think they would do a really great job at, you know, fitting into that festival, like a global popular music festival in that way. But also, I just think that like it would just be really smart for them to do that. I think it would be a really great opportunity for them and their careers, of course. But there's a lot of aspects that kind of go into this. Like I don't personally know actually if SB19 has a touring agent or someone based in the U.S. who is working with them on festivals. So there's a couple things to kind of consider with that. But on merits alone, I think it would be amazing. um, Oh, I someone said there's P-pop columnists now in the West. That's so interesting. I haven't heard that word, but I really like that. I think it will be possible that you'll interview them again. Of course. I mean, I'm just waiting, like you guys, for more music and more things, and they are working on music. I can confirm that. So there's stuff to come, I'm sure. And it's definitely been a bit more about it's definitely been a bit more about the solo stuff, right? I kind of want to get into some of those solo releases with you guys too, because there's just been so much that's been coming out from them on the solo side as well. So, oh, someone literally just said it. Thoughts on their solo releases um, lately? So yeah, I'm so I'm so thinking about that as well, because um, oops, someone also just left a message saying like, what's my favorite song other than Freedom? And for me personally, the song that like really got me, into them, like that was like, okay, like I could really see these guys going somewhere was Olive Burning. I don't know if I'm saying it exactly right, but Olive Olive Burning was so really, really good one. And I liked Go Up, but it was like Burning that really kind of made it like, oh, we really got to watch these guys. Like, this is going to be good. Yeah. So, um, yeah, well, and don't forget, guys. Like SB19, they have U.S. representation in terms of PR. Really great PR team here in the U.S. A lot of people looking out for them, and I think, I mean, it's been interesting, right? Because they've gone from independent, or rather, they went from one company to now being more independent. So a lot of things can kind of shift and change with that. We talked a bit about that in the interview, but I'm really personally loving seeing that they're still pushing forward and almost doing like too much. Like sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I like Philip just released an album and now like and then someone did a cover and someone did another song. It's almost like sometimes I'm like, oh, I need to, I got to do my SB19 catch ups. But of course, there's always a lot of like fun things going on with them, and yeah, I'm personally just I'm thrilled with everything they're doing. I mean, kind of. I don't really know where to start, but I was kind of like just like going through my SB19, playlist and my, songs and everything like that. So, I was just starting off like, I think like probably big, the big impact or the song that like gave me a lot of big impact that maybe I didn't get to talk with you guys about more directly was Josh's Get Right video that came out right at the end of last year. So this interview happens like late summertime of last year. And now, and then, Josh obviously put out his solo album. If you guys haven't seen that, we did like a uh, 20 questions on Billboard, which was so great. And I'm so thankful that he took the time to do that because 20 questions is actually kind of a lot to do. So I'm happy that he did that. But Get Right was actually, I see so much. Anna Marie said Get Right is a bop. And I agree. It's such a bop. I think he filmed that in LA, right? Because that one was like so fun and upbeat. And I personally really, there's something to say about all their solo music, but I really do love Josh's solo music as well. Very much my style, very much, I think very accessible. And I think, it's not always about, oh, we just hit 500. I'm not going to do a raise the roof. I look like such an old person when I do that, but we just hit 500 people here. So thanks everyone for coming. Please let me know what country you guys are from on this because I'm so personally curious as well. I know it's a little late on the East Coast, getting to almost be 10 p.m. I haven't even ate dinner yet. I haven't actually, I haven't had lunch either. It's just been a bit of a weird day, but But everyone keeps talking about 1999. What's 1999? I think I'm late to the game on 1999. Oh, I see someone from Illinois. That's where I was born in Chicago. That's where my family. I'll be there next weekend, actually. Um, yeah. Tell me about 1999 because I keep seeing people keep bringing up 1999 challenge or something, and I want to know a bit more. Um, but oh, this is Josh's latest song. Okay, okay, okay. I I do you guys know the boy band Boy Next Door? They're a K-pop group. Um, I just talked with them recently. Something's coming out soon, and their new album is called 1999. I thought you guys would refer. I thought there was some type of collaboration. All right, sorry, my mind is not in the right place. Thank you, um, thank you guys. But I want to give a shout out to Josh's stuff because clearly there's even more going on, and I have to catch myself up because 1999 not only has a song, a challenge. I need to do that. I don't know. Should I do like? Well, I'll tell you guys some ideas I have for this YouTube channel as we go on because I saw someone ask kind of about like the interview series and things like that. This was something that was working on my old company that I was at, titled the streaming service, but it isn't available in every country. So, it's difficult to kind of get everything out to you guys, not only, but also, even when that interview was shared, SB19's team was like, can we have it or can we share this more widely? So, this is my attempt to kind of, make sure that more people can share it because I think it's a really good chat too. These are the kind of interviews that I love to do, just sitting down with an artist, not really about being so on camera or so on point, or you have to entertain everyone. It's about talking about music, talking about being artists, and it's just these are my favorite conversations to kind of have. So yeah, I absolutely love those kind of conversations. And I thought it was really important to get it out there. So I'm happy that we could. Shout out to my friends at Title who were able to make that happen for us, and here we are. um, and I'm just gonna like kind of I'm gonna go through my like little timeline of catch ups and also go through the chat. We're just kind of we're gonna flow through this and kind of just we got to talk about everything. But I want to also mention Pablo and tell me how to pronounce this, please. Josu or Hosu, who he collaborated with on Akala and Terminado, which I thought were really cool opportunities for Pablo as well. He's especially on Determinado, it's like super intense. Oh, Hosui. Okay, you guys are giving me different kinds of pronunciations in the in the chat, but Hosway or Hosui. Hosway sounds like it's Hosway. Oh, kind of like Hosway. Okay, right. So yeah, obviously this is Pablo's brother, and who he collaborates with on just different songs in general. But it was so cool. I thought Akala was really cool. It was a little softer, a little chiller. But Determinado, right? That was just such an intense like performance. Like we don't really know Pablo as the rapper in that way, and he was just like so so powerful and to me he kind of reminded me of Eminem with his delivery in particular with that with that song. And I love the gospel sound. It's just very like it's like hip hop for hip hop fans. Like it may not, if you're a fan of like where you're at or things like that, it might not be your style exactly, but I personally love this seeing this style from Pablo, and I'm always down to just see new things from an artist. So I thought it was really cool that Pablo got that opportunity, because I thought that was really cool. Um, oh yeah, and Pablo, I just saw, yeah, Pablo's doing the Vibe concert, right? Akon's gonna be there. Vibe Manila or B1BI Manila. I think Lucas and Easy Mill or Esmill, I don't know how to pronounce it, sorry. Um, that's like in December though, but I got a press release about that, which I was really happy about, just because I just don't know who would really let me know about this usually, but it's like it got on the press release, they called it Hip Hop Festival. So I think that's really cool. Yeah, that'll be in Manila. So I'm excited for them to see that. Um, and it's just like it seems like this year definitely was a year more of like solo releases, and we'll be you know, getting into those more of those too. Right, Josh had his concert in Dubai. Ken and Philip doing a not Ken slash Philip doing a concert in Japan. Um, yeah, I hope I can visit the Philippines too. Me too. There was maybe a chance that something was going to happen, but it didn't exactly yet. But I'm hoping really, really soon something will be cool happening. Um, I saw a lot of people talking about the Mama Awards, right? Because actually, a lot of fans on other social media were asking me this too. Um, and like just about like the chances that they could be the SB19 specifically could be recognized at that, and it's a little tricky because on one hand, like Mama Awards, it's officially called Mama Awards now, but for the longest time, it actually stood for the Mnet Asian Music Awards. So even though Mnet is a Korean company, Asian music should be represented throughout the entire award show, of course. But and they're kind of changing some of their criteria, some of their awards in this. Oh, this is not a flattering live stream. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm also like very low on sleep, but uh, yeah, I personally don't know if like maybe with these changes that maybe Mama Awards will be open to nominating someone like a pop group or or new kind of a new kind of artist. Because Japanese music is very influential too, but they don't tend to get nominated in like the big awards either. Um, so to be honest, I don't know. I think it would be really, really smart and really, really good for them to appear, or maybe even one of the members be able to appear. Um, but I just don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. I mean, I thought it was super interesting actually that like at KCON actually, not that SB19 wasn't involved in KCON this year, which if you don't know is like a big K-pop. It's always been a big K-pop festival, K-pop culture, Korean pop culture festival. Um, or I mean, I've been to I've been to one every year, which is crazy, but basically, but yeah, it started in 2012. But this year in particular, they had Beanie, which you guys, of course, know. Filipino girl group, huge, and pretty sure SB19 has talked about Beanie. Oh my gosh, you know what I have to watch? The Beanie SB19 joint interview on Billboard Philippines. I think it came out yesterday. But yeah, I gotta watch that. But they had, Filipino artists, they had Japanese artists, they had like artists that were like connected to K-pop or Asian artists or Asian American artists, but we're obviously K-pop. So to me, that kind of indicated like, yeah, the things are kind of changing, and yeah, I think I don't know if that means like they're gonna get an opportunity at something like Mama, but I could see them being like honored in a way of like one of the worldwide acts, one of the Asian acts, or something like that. Because I know they do that a bit. Um, but yeah, so I think that'd be cool. It was cool to see SB19 and Beanie. I don't know if there were any other Filipino artists at the Billboard Korea launch event, which some of my like colleagues were at, and editorial director was there. And again, like how funny, right? Like it's Billboard Korea launching an event, but they had Filipino artists performing at it, and someone else from another country performed too. Maybe well, they had like some Brazilian artists. Agnes Mo from Indonesia was there, so it's just so interesting how all these things kind of happen. So, how do I like discovering P-pop music? I love it. I think it's been such a joy and so fun. And there's been a lot of artists that I don't want to like I don't want to like take too much focus off of like what we're all here for. But like I really like have liked a bunch of artists. BYGO who or BGYO rather, had like one of my like favorite songs, as of recently. I think they're really great. I think Alamat, I think his name is, or their name is. Someone just put me onto them about yeah, Alamat. Like they're kind of rising, but yeah, it was they were featured on BBC, I think. So and they like are kind of getting some notice there. The girl groups are killing it. So yeah, there's a so fans of SB19 and G22. Oh, G22. Okay. Oh my gosh, someone's been here since 2012 with BAP. Wow, long time no see, or rather, long time. Saying hi. Um, Ooh, I see questions about Justin's Surreal. That was actually my next point. Justin's Surreal came out February 2024. And I thought it was so interesting because it was released on like what seems like Justin's own label, through I guess Onesie and through their company, but I guess just maybe like he has his own like sub label in that. But I just thought like Surreal in particular, um, it's just like I love like seeing the softer side of him. I like the more like indie rock side, but to me it also just like makes he's just like a perfect boy band member to me. I think Justin is so good looking and so cute and I love the fact that he did the One Direction cover in the tour, and then he did this song that I think is very much in that style, similar of like of that One Direction style. So I really love Surreal, um, in particular by him. What's the others? Oh, Kai Began, um, the second sort of like original song, which is a little more like quite deep and you know um, it's about friendship, about love. The music video was super interesting too because he's almost like he's doing some acting. He's like showing his emotions, and I love that song even more. Actually, I like that song more than Surreal personally, just because I really love like the acoustic feel of it all. It's very like large and atmospheric, and it just I don't know. It really puts me in like a cool emotional space. So I really love Kai Pegon. Help me out with the help me out with the pronunciation, guys, because I try my best. It's just not super familiar to my tongue. um, and also shout out to Justin for because I think this got released like globally. The Maroon Five cover that he did Sunday Morning was so like nice, and it was just like perfect fit for him. When I saw that got released, I was like, oh, of course he wanted to release this song like globally. Like what a great fit for him. He's just like so that style. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. Ooh, S19 is getting popular in China. Hey, Kaibika. Okay. Ah, Kaibika. That's the um, mhm. um, I also want to. I saw someone ask about the comeback, and in case you got in late, the guys are working on new music. I'm sure they're always working on music. New music is. SB19 worked on. Um, oh my gosh, SB19 will be in a show mentoring boy groups in Taiwan. I heard about this show and I asked my friend in Taiwan about this. That's so interesting. If I think it's the same show, I'm super curious about it, and I really want to know. Sorry, my little drink. Just to, stay hydrated, everyone. Everyone, don't forget to stay hydrated. Um, but um, I'm trying to keep everything equal. Um, I love this one. Actually, we should probably just let's keep going with the so yes. Well, let's keep going through the history. I've just been like going through the April 13th, right? Pablo produced a song. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting their name. They're like the R&B group. Like I was just listening to this the other day too. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? They um, is that what it's called? I want you or something. Um, what was that? He did like he worked with the Filipino. Is it G22? Oh, G22 is a totally different group, you guys. This is a girl group. I'll check them out too. What's the connection between G22, and SB19? I'm so curious. Um, how did I know they're working on new music, guys? You act like I don't know what I'm talking about. No, come on. Plan B. Plan B was the group. Yeah, they did that R&B song "Love." I thought that was a cool track, And again, I think like I think about this a lot, and we kind of talked about it in the music in the interview too. Is that like SB19? They really do with this platform that they have, right? They have such opportunity to help share more artists. They could very much just like keep it on themselves. Make it all about them. We're only doing SB19. We're only talking about SB19. Nope, we don't want to promote anyone else. But like, they're using their platforms to keep showing like more talent, more artists, more kinds of people. So, I personally love when I get to have an artist that I like, someone like Pablo, right, who I can trust as a producer, someone whose music style I love, whose artistic vision I love, and see him work on other things. Like that's so cool to see, and even like you know, seeing him and his brother work together, whether that's as House, I think I said that right, or you know, producing something for Plan B. And I thought that was just so cool. So I love that. Oh, and right, and Pablo wrote a song for G22. Okay, okay. So yeah, so again, once again, if Pablo is giving his cosign to a group like this, like I'm all in. And not only am I gonna check them out, like check out the one that Pablo worked on, I'm gonna check out the other stuff he worked on. Um, there's just like I thought a lot about this with like BTS as well, like especially um and you could even go back early with BTS, even Psy. Like Psy did something really, really special. If you guys remember, like Gangnam Style and Psy, it wasn't just about like Psy having a music video and Gangnam Style. It wasn't like it's all about me. Hana from 4 Minute at the time was in that, and it gave her a huge platform. Actually, like I don't really know what happened, but there was a lot of interesting things that almost happened with Hana's like career at that point, like in the US specifically. Didn't end up actually happening, but there was a lot of like, and I think a lot of that came from just having the opportunity and having a great collaborator like Sai. So, and it further happened with like the music dances that Sai did, and Sai did that like with dance dance moves that he did in future videos, or having like someone like CL in his video that gave her first hit on the Hot 100. So I personally love the cycle, and it's like again, you could very much SB19 could with their huge platform, like, let's be honest, they have the biggest platform, like, they have the most attention on them, but they're not just, like, greedy about it. They're still, like, I think they believe in, like, where Filipino music can go and where the Philippines can go in terms of being a cultural power player, so I think that's, really important, too. So, um, well, let's keep going through the solo releases, you guys. I mean, Josh put out Yoko Na with Al James, who again, again, perfect example, right? Did I know Al James before this? No, but now I get to check him out and learn more about his style and what Josh does. I think is, again, I think Josh in particular. I kind of talked about this at the beginning, but Josh, I think he just has like a really big accessibility factor, just in terms of being able to reach a lot more people. Like I thought Get Right was just so. Um, like I thought Get Right was really great, very accessible, and he knows what he's doing. He's taking off his shirt. He's being like the hot boy band member. But with that being said, I think it just gets people excited. People want to have fun, and and yeah, they you know. I just think Josh in particular has a great way of like just being able to introduce more people, more styles, things like that. But that goes right into Moonlight, which came out May 3rd. That was, of course, SB19 with Terry Zong and Ian Asher. I thought this was a really cool track, an EDM track released from, on a dance label. Um, it's interesting too because sometimes, SB19 wasn't like really super involved. They didn't like write or produce on it. They're featuring on someone else's track, but it's just cool, I think, to see them on another style and also team up with other artists from Asia. Terry Zong, I believe, is from China, and how cool is that just to kind of like have that opportunity to just sort of I believe Terry Zong is from China, but just have those opportunities. He's had a lot of like collaborations with like different artists that he's worked with and stuff like that. So I think there's a lot to be said for that in that way. Ian Asher, I don't know a ton about, but I know he like has definitely been a producer, like remixer, like again, just different ways to reach more people. He wrote on a song like Itsy. I remember he did a remix of Craze, one of her hit songs. So, there's just you just never know where these like collaborations can kind of go, and like just having the names out there and being out there, I think it's just so important. And just kind of where things can go. Um, but let's also get to we also got to I've been seeing in the chat, don't worry, I'm just making sure I don't forget anyone, but Stell, of course, made his debut, with Room on June 14th, which I absolutely loved. I mean, like, I think Stell is just such a I mean, I don't even need to say it, right? We know he's so freaking talented, like, just hearing we're watching the Wicked performance, Defying Gravity, right, on the tour, like, oh my god, I mean, I'm getting chills thinking about it. I think I recorded it. And actually, I don't wanna give too much away because she hasn't, like, technically committed to it, but I have something really special for s that I wanna record on this YouTube channel actually for Stell with someone who's very close to the Wicked world. I don't wanna give away too much, but I think there's gonna be like a really something really, really cool. Actually, and I really need Aiton to like blow this up if it happens. Because you guys know the Wicked movie's coming out, Wicked on Broadway, which I still haven't seen, is just amazing. And I actually have a friend in the cast. So we need to make that happen. If I have any friends, if Dan is in the chat, young Daniel, if you're in the chat, I want to reach out to Lissa. I think I told you about this, but Shout out to Dan, love you, Dan. But working on that. So I think I just don't want to. I just don't want to get anyone's hopes up. But I think I want to make something really, really cool. Um, but let's get back to Stell's music, right? So, Room. I loved. Well, one, the song is just. It's produced by Pablo, produced and written by Pablo, I think, right? Um, because it was just like so perfect for him. Like it does have a bit of those vibes of like where you're at. Like I could have seen this maybe going to SB19 if they wanted to kind of go around that style a little bit more. But I'm really glad that it actually was Stell's solo song because I just thought it was just perfect fit for his voice, like so much fun. And Stell mentioned the international collab. Hold up. Get Idina Menzel to collab with Stell. If I could, believe me, I would. Also, you know, they could do it. I mean, those are two voices that can do it. Um, but yeah, actually, yeah, I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't even, but yeah, the person I mentioned before, Lissa, or rather, yeah, Lissa, she's actually currently on Broadway, the Wicked Show Broadway. She's actually half Filipino, I believe, either half or a fourth Filipino, but she is part Filipino. I think she's half. But she is the understudy for. Um, I'm so bad with I know music. I'm just really bad at characters and titles, but Alphabella or Alphabel, whoever the witch is, she's the understudy for it. So she performs that song a lot, and is amazing performer, amazing person, very very sweet. So I've been meaning to kind of just sit down with her and be like, listen, I need you to like, know about this. So I'm sure she'll be thrilled to hear about this. So we'll get on it. So check out Alphaba, sorry. I'm so bad, but yeah, go check out Lissa on Wicked. I'm just Lissa de Goose because she's amazing. And actually, I feel like if I'm not like, I feel like I'm gonna kind of blow up her spot, but you know, that's her Instagram I just dropped in the chat. So give her a follow. She's Filipino, amazing singer performer. Going going there. So anyway, but wow, I'm getting distracted again. Back to Stell's room, right? I love the setup of the music video. I wanted to ask because I feel like this chap might know, but Tita Baby is like featured in. Is that a drag queen? Is that person a drag queen? I wasn't so sure. No offense if they're not, but beautiful, gorgeous person, no matter who they are. But but yeah, I totally loved that element of it because it was just like very like I don't know what the word is, like almost like old school showtimey kind of stuff. So I loved it. I love the performance. I love the vocals. He gets a little sexy in it, but it's never like, and more so the backup dancers, like the backup dancers. The girls definitely have their like lingeries and uh, their I'm gonna text Lissa a quick note and be like, if you are getting messages, um, FYI. But I loved like the way. Let's get up soon. So I loved it, and like again, he gets like the dancers are quite sexy, but it never gets like raunchy, right? It never gets like too much, which I appreciate. And but then Stell, I think my favorite part from Stell in terms of like sexy was when he does like the chair choreography and he's like bumping it and whatnot. They should that should be a challenge, like seeing who can do like Stell's little chair flip situation. I just I love that, and I thought it was really well done. again, just like perfect for him, like showcasing his voice, showcasing more of what he can do. Yeah, it was just like a great opportunity. So yeah, amazing choreography. Oh, Justin directed the Room music video. I missed that. Well, Justin directs a lot of their like videos and choreographies, right? So, oh my gosh. So it was like a family. Oh no, someone wrote, "We will break bones if we do that challenge." Okay, nobody break any bones. Just only if you're only if you're comfortable doing it. But yeah, I uh, I love it. But yeah, I really Stell and him and Pablo doing like Stell did what, three different iterations of the voice. And now him and Pablo doing voice kids. So just um, uh, yeah. So personally, I want to see. I don't know. This is like what I love, right? Because this is like I was really adamant about meeting with them um, in person and doing like an in person um, interview because I just know that like I love writing. Don't get me wrong. Like I love doing like text interviews, but I just think the personality, SB19 specifically's personalities are so great, and I just want to give them more opportunities to kind of show who they are and what they stand for, and just speak as artists, right? Because they are great artists, and especially like when Pablo can kind of like get into the different parts of the song, or I I thought Justin was a little shy in that interview, so maybe next time I'll be a little more encouraging with him. But just hear more about like him creating, the music that he or the dances that he creates. Um, yeah. Oh, if this was an evening interview, you think it would have been better, like better evening in Philippines. So it's my first time doing this. We'll do this again. It's evening for me, which is better for me. But ooh, one-on-one interview with each member, that would be really cool. I mean, if they'll give me the time, please. And someone said first impression of the members when we first met. So actually, we met in person on their first tour, first U.S. tour. Um, and it was sad because I couldn't stay for that concert. I couldn't see that concert, which was really sad. But it was for a good cause. I was filming. If you guys haven't seen it, I was part of the JYP A2K America to Korea girl group show. That was a really great opportunity, but there was just no way to like move the filming. So it wasn't the Where You're At tour; it was the tour before that. But but So we met actually at the Sony offices, like the Sony New York offices, and it was just like super chill, super friendly, so fun. Like I just, it wasn't like it wasn't awkward. It was like we just kind of huddled in a room and hung out and took pictures, and it was like that's when Pablo in particular like mentioned that like this was also yeah that was what was that 2022 like late 2022 so they weren't like as huge as they are now so he was saying things like I still drive my moped. I think they have cars now but it's like of course they asked me to try Filipino. Oh, actually we ate we ate lunch together. um, Sony Music has this like cafe for their staff and employees like you can and artists or whoever's visiting so the employees would just like take care of you. So there was like, I remember I think we like all got a bunch of rice or something. They said they were missing rice or missing a certain kind of food. But yeah, we talked about all kinds of food, adobo or lumpia or thing. And I finally did get to try lumpia not too long ago with my friend Lai, who if you guys, I'm sure you guys have seen Lai Francis, she does amazing things on like CNET and many other places. But Lai's a great friend, and think we had lumpia together actually in Las Vegas when we were there, both there for a festival. Um, and yeah, Lai's amazing as well. Um, um, I'll leave Lai's on Instagram too because you definitely should be looking out for Lai because Lai is amazing, and I'm gonna drop her Instagram here too. But yeah, I need to try more Filipino foods because um, what time is this? Is this the this is Moonlight? All right, that's a good segue. Actually, I jumped a little ahead of my little timeline, but Ready came out with Apple Diap and SB19 in May this year. And again, it's not like Pablo produced it or wrote on it, or the guys like really, had a lot of creative involvement on it. But it's a fun party track. I have no issues with it. To me, it actually sounds a bit more of like a Black Eyed Peas song. I like Moonlight a bit more, and I felt like the guys are a bit more. It just seemed like with the different teaser photos and the solo photos they did, um, that it just seemed like a bit more like of a they committed a bit more. Oh, Um, but yeah, I thought what's it called? Ready was cool. I saw a lot of people have been asking like, what can SB19 do to like crack more into the U.S. market? And they're doing good things. It's so hard because it's just like they have a PR and they have like people at Sony looking out for them. But I do think like if you really do want to crack the U.S. like having a team, having like at least a manager here or an agent here or signing with like more of those traditional agencies, whether that's like a touring agent or a US record label. And don't get me wrong, like these things cost money, these things are you have to split profits and whatnot. But I do think that how I like to think of it is that like if you do commit to that, you will kind of get more opportunities to get more benefits. So, it's a bit of a trade-off. Um, and I think, it's like there's no super rush from what I understand, like they actually I think when we first met, we actually talked about like their ages because they're like we're kind of older for, pop stars, like right, like boy band members, which is true, but I don't think people really care about that. Like I know I certainly don't. And I think like if your music sounds old, then that's gonna be one thing. But that's just kind of like the aspect there. It's just like staying fresh, keeping yourself inspired. Like those are the most important things. You know what I'm saying? And I think in terms of helping them, it's tricky because you guys are doing amazing things. Don't get me wrong. Oh, and we hit 600 viewers at one point. We're down to 592, but I don't know. I mean, it's tough because like I don't want to like it's like you guys shouldn't be spending money or whatever. Like I think being a fan is more than anything. But also I just think like I don't know. I have a lot of ideas. One Z, call me up and we can talk. But I just think there's so many ways and so many strategies that you can use to kind of connect with artists these days that like it's really anyone's game. So I love seeing all the different stuff like Beanie is doing, and there's just yeah. Let's keep going. Oh well, then I mean like after Stell came Seven Sins, which Philip or Ken's album came out. Really really cool. A really cool project, right? Like, I mean, he's done his solo stuff. Like, I love that stuff. I love Seven Sins in particular. Well, I mean, we got Envy, right? Which was like very cool visual. Uh, Ken is just like he is coming hard, right? Like he is. he is not messing around. Like he's just really coming hard with this one. And it's those crazy visuals, right? Like the horse on fire. Like I absolutely love that. But he is, the lyrics at least, it seems like a lot is going on with him. That he has a lot to like kind of get out. So I appreciated that from very much like an artist standpoint, right? Because I was like, oh, like here he is doing something. Like he has a lot to kind of. It almost seemed like he had a lot to get off his chest, or kind of, like just things to say, and it's an intense like rap performance in that way. So I loved it, and I also loved in particular. Um, I also loved in particular the features that he had on that song because again, new artist that I'm not really familiar with, but also it was nice to hear him with like different kind of artists who like Player Two and Sierra Gwyneth, especially hearing like a female voice with just on the Flip record, like that's kind of cool. It was just neat to hear and just something I don't really get to see and um, Sierra Gwyneth, from what I can tell, is like independent and doing her own thing, and I just think like it's very cool to kind of see that kind of those collaborations happen in that way. Player Two, I don't know a ton about, but very open to kind of checking them out and seeing. I guess they might be like a band or hip hop band or something. Don't I can't quite tell. I didn't get to check them out. Oh, but they worked with Beanie too. Oh, interesting. Okay. So yeah, I think that's really cool. And I just love seeing that because I've known his. I felt like he was the first like solo record that really just like made a lot of impact on me, and it was kind of like once SB19 was really blowing up and things like that. It was like we knew Ken was kind of coming out with these solo albums. And he's put out many projects at this point. So yeah, but I love this point. Yeah, he wrote this. Something's going on with one of my lights here. I keep like turn it on. So sorry again for the bad lighting or something, but uh, he just had this really good comment. I live here in Sight, Jeff. Onesie is only starting, so it would be difficult for them to go all out now, but I really feel like their pacing is just right. Slowly but surely introducing hip hop to the Western market. And I think that's right? Like it's kind of about like learning and you know, collaborations and partnerships. Like that's always been the biggest. That's something I said from K-pop from like way early on is that having the right partners, having the right collaborations, even just like distributing the music in a way that reaches more people, or just having partners who can speak the language, to the people who you're working with. It's one thing to just come in and say, oh, they have all these followers, they have all these views, you should follow that, you should be playing all their music. But people need to feel comfortable and need to feel good about what they're working on. So I think that's the biggest thing is just having those believers and those people, and hopefully I'm doing my part on the media just to keep showing people and keep showing more of why these artists are worth it, right? Like that's kind of why I took this interview so seriously, is because I really really wanted to show that side. And yeah, have that organic growth. I'm going to collab for SB19. That's really interesting. I mean, I know it's been said a lot, but like Bruno Mars would make a lot of sense, obviously, just in terms of like their backgrounds, kind of their styles, especially what we saw with Where You At. I also just think that their energies kind of match well. I think like I can see them like really having fun on stage and doing their thing. I mean, Anderson .Paak actually with that too. Like that would be kind of cool as well. Like I think he could make something really unique for them and kind of give something cool in that way. Feel like I'm I feel like I'm giving like some kind of like very obvious answers, but who else would be like who would be something like kind of unique? I mean, I'll have to think about this. Maybe I need to do more. And do I see P-pop coming as popular as K-pop worldwide? I mean, it's anyone's game, and it's about like who can create something that is just going to affect the world, right? Like I don't think a lot of people saw this with K-pop, but K-pop had a lot of really good collaborations happening on the creative side, and like and indeed in like terms of just showing not just like 'cause I think this is where a lot of international acts actually get into a lot of issues is when they kind of just try to be like, what am I trying to say? Try to just like cater to the Western audience. And K-pop had a lot of issues with this at the beginning too, and I've said this like a lot. But just showing more of who they are. I think that's why Gento was just such a great track, right? Because I felt like I hadn't really seen anything like this from like any kind of artist. And even the name of the song, what it represents, the power, this is something I felt like really represented like SB19 in the Philippines and just something so special in that way. So yeah, can it be as big? I don't even know if that's the question. I think it's like it just needs to be about can it be a power player like on its own to represent something that people haven't seen before. And I don't know if it's P-pop. I don't know if I don't know if people still call it like OPM or things like that. But I think it's just like creating those opportunities and you guys as the fans being able to like expand those opportunities, right? So I could see Cloud North Moon 5 would be really cool. Um I'm gonna try to upload the slide by the way, guys, if I am. Yeah. So um I guess there's a question about the Grammys, right? And there's a couple. And I guess they're like, for the most part, I believe anyone can like submit, or you can be eligible to submit. But I just, there's just so much like politics at play, and like having people speak on your behalf. And again, this is where having a traditional record label or an agent or manager in the U.S. Helps in that way because it's just about getting in those rooms, having those conversations with the right people. Um, some of you guys are asking questions again that I've already answered. Okay. Um, I want to keep going with my little timeline though. Well, actually, I feel like I think we've gotten a lot. I've gotten a lot of this. Well, we can't forget about Pablo's solo song, Edsa. I think it's called. Edsa was again, something I almost think that. I mean, he probably is always like wondering, does it fit with me? Does it fit with SB19? I could see him maybe of considering this for SB19, but I think it totally works as a solo track because it's just fun. It's cool. It's empowering. I love I love I love like the like Grand Theft Auto font in the music video and things like that. Um, I think I like seeing him like on his motorcycle or moped or whatever it's called and things like that. Like I think yeah, Pablo is just I mean he's just such a special musician. Just in, I mean they're all special, don't get me wrong, but I think he just he's 21 we having a concert in Manila. That would be so cool to have SB19 as like a guest. I mean, Dara mentioned it. Wow, you actually talk to YG and be like, so this is happening. Um, that horse on fire and him sitting on it. It was such a cool visual. What's going on? I want to know what like. Anyway, good question. What kind of genre do I look forward to on their next EP? That's a good question. Um, hmm, you know, Where You're At was a bit of like a throwback song. I didn't think that was. I didn't think that. That was a cool vibe for them for sure. I could kind of see that. I don't know. I don't know if I want them to go harder or like. Hmm, I don't know. I think I just trust them. Like I think whatever like it comes out, whatever comes out, I'm gonna trust that it's gonna be good. But maybe like even yeah, I see some people bringing up R&B, like maybe some like modern R&B stuff, or like a cool like up tempo, maybe something like I don't know, in like the Tinashe world. Actually, Tinashe would be a cool collaboration. I mean, there's music is just so exciting these days. So there's just I'm just like looking at like the music I'm listening to lately. I'm like, oh, what do I like that, I think they could do well too. I mean, it'd be really cool to see them like I'd love to see them kind of maybe incorporate a little like Afrobeat sort of stuff. Um, but I think that would be a really cool sound for them. Or even like maybe something like a bit more experimental, just something that feels like so SB19. I just think it'd be really cool. Yeah. But nothing to really spill yet. They're working on music. So and I really want to see the documentary. I just tell me. I'm curious what you guys thought if you were able to see it. 'Cause I know they're thinking about like a. I heard it got a great reaction apparently in the Philippines. Like a lot of like acclaim and things like that. So yeah, so I'm super curious just to see if they got great praise on it. Music, um, but ooh, fashion would be see, fashion, that's a great point. Fashion is just such a cool opportunity, right? Because and I know this is like the messed up part too, is that I hate to like say it, right? But it's like you can have a big following, but then everyone's gonna be like, oh well, what country they're from or what's their audience? And I would argue, SB19 is very representative for like a global audience, right? Um, but they will, like I don't know how like big the Philippine market is in terms of like luxury brands and things like that. So I don't know. It's just these are tricky things to think about, but I think it would be so cool. I mean, I'll bring them to like New York Fashion Week shows. Like, just get on over here, you guys, because yeah, I think that'd be so fun and just kind of get again, just being part of the conversations. Personally, I want like I think Dunkin' Donuts should take a risk in America and just like have them be a face like in America because I just think that'd be so cool. Um, so yeah, promoting Filipino designers. So yeah, I don't want to stand here too much longer because I know it's early in the Philippines and getting late for me. I still have so much to do, but I really wanted to yeah, just kind of try something new with you guys and tease some things out. And I I really hope I don't lose this live because that would be so sad. But it has been so fun talking with you guys here and just like having this. We just went over an hour. Again, I haven't ate dinner or even lunch, so there's so much to get through. Um, oh, someone has a good question. Is traditional radio still big in America? It isn't. It isn't. So it's like people are definitely like have more. Consumers definitely have more control than ever. Like they can streaming has definitely changed the game in radio, but radio still reaches a lot of people. Like if you can get your song on the radio, and it's a little unfair because it's radio is still very much controlled by like older people and traditional like label people. But um, oh, there's just my messy coffee typical. Um, radio is still very influential, and what I think is more of the future with radio is that like an artist, like BTS or whatever, it's like radio needs to respond to them, or like Blackpink or New Jeans, radio responds to them, rather than it being like they have to cater to radio. And to be honest, of course, BTS did better on the radio when they had a song that wasn't English, that was specifically catered towards radio, and they kind of followed that format a little bit. So that was a very influential song, a very influential radio hit in that way. But it's just it's tricky. It's tricky. So, you know, I I wanna see no worries if you're late, but I hopefully will have this on my channel. But please, yeah, just stick around and hopefully there'll be more fun stuff in the future on this channel. I'm just trying to do more and just connect with more people because I just think there's so much to talk about. We can have so much good like conversations and all these things. So you guys have so many good questions, like and hopefully I was helpful about Coachella, Mama, Grammys. Yeah, I mean, and this is what I love doing with fan base. I mean, this is what I do with every fan base, like I can't even tell you how many times like I would have these conversations with like BTS Army, I mean, this is years ago, right? Like almost like 10 years ago. Um, just having so, SB19, the guys know I'm always supporting them. They know you guys are supporting them. They love it. And you guys gave me a bunch of suggestions to check out as well. I'm gonna need to check out G22 and just all these other people. Is it G22 or G22? Can someone just clarify that for me so I don't look like a loser? But yeah, if you guys didn't see it, uh, thank you. I love you guys a lot, and thank you for coming for the first interview. If you came to that live interview that's now globally live for everyone. It's not just on the streaming service that's only available in a couple countries. It's with everyone now. So yeah, this was so fun to just have like a. I know it was an English chat, but G22. Okay, great. And yeah, let's do this again soon. I mean, you guys know you can always hit me up on Twitter, on Instagram, wherever I'm everywhere. So I'm gonna do a little plug and drop my accounts in case you guys like, aren't following me yet, which I hope you are. But and don't worry, I'm taking note of all the what you guys keep asking me to do, like these different challenges, which like I don't really think you guys want me like to watch me dance. But if there's something easy enough, maybe I'll attempt it. Okay. So yeah. But any case, it's been just about an hour. So this has been so much fun. Shout out to 18 and everyone who came in here. And let's just do this again. And you can always reach out with any questions or if you want to hear thoughts about things. And I'm gonna be better too about making sure that like I'm on top of all the releases so we don't have to have this big catch-up moments and things like that. Oh, and I'm gonna post some photos on my Instagram in a bit too from that day. Just again, I'm just so behind that I can get so nervous about social media, but I'm doing better and do the room share challenge. Okay, yeah. Now I've created the room share challenge. So but oh, and I'm gonna go to 1999 right now too. So yay. But yeah, more articles, more stuff coming up, more music, of course. And yeah, just you guys can always reach out anytime. I'm very accessible. It's very easy to reach me, please. And yeah, hope you guys had fun. Thank you for tuning into the interview and into this live stream. It was so fun to do this for the first time. And hey, let's do it again. Okay. So have a good day if you're on the other side of the world and the day's just starting. Have a good night. Have a good rest. If you are on my side of the world where the day is winding down, and just stay tuned for more exciting stuff. Okay. Good night, everyone. Bye. Thanks for having us. I mean, having us. Thanks for having me and sticking around and hanging out with me. This is really, really fun. And yeah, I just want to do more in the future. So, Gento.